Mickey Mansell, it's all about getting off and getting off early, isn't it?
It really is. It's kind of a first or second dart, because if he starts getting off third dart, or maybe not at all, he's going to be outscored in most legs anyway, because that's what Gary does. That's his game. So for Mickey, the pressure really is on getting off that first and second dart. If he can do that and put Gary under a bit of pressure, then you never know. But look, let's not kind of muck around here. Gary is the odds-on favourite, and rightly so, because he's playing the better darts of the two.
For Mickey Mansell, the crowd get behind him. Who knows what can happen?
Well, funny things happen here late at night as well. You can get some funny results, but some of the best games so far this week have been last knock-ins, and well, if we got a 5-setter, that would be fantastic.
Coming up to 11 o'clock, make sure you stay with us. Drama will unfold. Gary Anderson, Mickey Mansell, Stuart Pike and John Parr, your commentators.
Yes, thank you, Dave. And it's about performance for Mickey Mansell here. He needs to perform at the highest levels to keep pace with Gary Anderson. Because Gary Anderson really has been the best form player all around for at least half a year, I'd say. Just looks consistently so dangerous. You just don't want to face him.
Yeah, 6 major titles this year for Gary Anderson. Nearly won a 7th at the weekend. Would love to add this to his roll of honour, to his darting CV, and win another big major here in Dublin at the Grand Prix this week on a night of history. There's the first man who hit a 9-darter at the World Grand Prix, Brendan Dolan. If you are just joining us, we have witnessed more history at the City West tonight, with both James Wade and Robert Thornton hitting 9-darters in their match earlier on. Wade won the match. John Parton knows what it's like to hit a 9-darter in a major TV event. But
63.
Wow, that was special tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more difficult because it hadn't been done. That's the thing, to be the first person to do something like Brendan Dolan did. That was the hardest one, always will be. No one will ever match that, because the pressure you put on yourself when you have a chance to do something that's never been done is just unbelievable. So, and much like John Lowe way back when, and then Phil the first and live one in the PDC, those were the hardest ones. But anyone is hard. But yeah, to see 2 in a match, absolutely brilliant. And still the possibility of 3 in a night.
45.
When Mr. Anderson's on a stage.
Well, Gary's got to get his act together. That was disappointing. 8 darts to get away at the start of this leg when he had the darts throwing first, and it's advantage Mickey Mansell here.
140.
One just hung on to stay in for a 140 there. Compound Gary's initial problems here.
123. Michael, you recall 158.
2 treble 20s and a double 19 if it all goes smoothly. Other than that, he's not too concerned. Just wants to get it down. Treble 18. 60 left. I'm pretty sure he'd be happy with that.
Point was made about Mickey Mansell making a good, solid start. This is a good, solid start.
34.
Can we finish the job here?
60.
He certainly can. And, nice, easy, low 20. That's good. Unobscured tops now.
Started well, finished well. Has broken the throw.
Second leg, Michael to
warning
throw first.
For Gary Anderson.
Game on.
If you don't get away, I will, and I'll win the leg. And he has.
He looks always very businesslike. He doesn't look like he's worried in any case.
100.
He's been a good tour player for many years now, and he's won many difficult games.
60.
Not too much will stun him.
No, and in many ways, the pressure is all on Gary Anderson. I mean, Mickey Mansell was terrific in winning his opening match against Ian White, the first time he's won on this stage, and you know, he can enjoy this. I'm sure he will enjoy it. A lot of support. His family's here, and you know, one of the most significant victories of the year for him in beating Ian White in the first round here at the Grand Prix.
100.
All the pressure will be on Anderson to perform, especially after the way he played in his first round match when he demolished Dolan.
Well, I don't know how much pressure it is to be asked just to play like how he normally does, because that's how he's been going this year.
125.
No, he's probably not used to having the audience mostly against him. You know, and obviously playing Irish players the first couple of rounds,
60.
he hasn't had any. He's had some support, but not as much as he normally would enjoy. I don't think he's too bothered by it, really, but I think he'll settle in. The longer format give Gary the chance to get over a few early nerves.
41.
If he did lose this set, perhaps much like how Phil went in his game there.
$99.
Not enough.
135.
Good job so far from Mickey Mansell.
Well, he's going for the out, looks like, by taking that route. Let's see, a bull would lead tops.
63.
Opted to try and leave to 36. Clearer shot. 25 must have obscured him.
74. Marky requires 72.
Pretty simple shot. 72 is one you like to come to the board with. A couple of singles gets you to a double. And a triple gets you a bonus start at the double. Double 18. Needs that bonus start.
36.
So, opportunity for Anderson.
So you require 108.
Can he take it? Yep. Topsy needs, likes that way.
60.
Is that his chance? Is that his chance? The first start was so good in the treble 17. You felt that the combination was going to come. One dart missed at tops. Mansell here to double his lead.
Just needs double 9 now, so it's not getting any easier. It's a good one to go in next to. He didn't, but he still got the double. Good job there for Mansell. And I think on that 108 try from Anderson, I know he's a fast player, but I think he did hurry just a little bit at that top. See, a little quicker than he normally would.
I thought it was going in, John. The first dart in the treble 17 was so sweet. On combinations, Anderson is so good. His trouble on the double comes when he's got 3 clean darts at one target sometimes. But
still, when you're shifting from the bottom of the board to the top of the board, you might want to give it that extra quarter second or something just to get the lock on the target.
140.
Now, a big favourite to win this leg. That one dart missed at tops in the second leg could be important, especially as Mansell got the double 9 with the last dart in hand. Anderson must have been thinking, maybe I'll get another shot.
Yeah, well, it did look a good marker, though, so he probably wasn't that distraught by that hit. The worst ones are when the first 2 darts are an inch or 2 inches away, and then the third dart goes in.
140.
That's when you really thought you were going to get a chance, and it is painful as an opponent. Great first start there.
Yeah, and he showed some really good composure in this match in the early stages.
100.
He'll need that composure because he's getting walloped in this leg, and he needs to just forget about this leg.
Doesn't get flustered, Mansell.
81.
But again, Anderson's got to adapt to the pace of the game, as he did against Brendan Dolan. Anderson likes to get on with it. Dolan
60.
is
40.
a slow player. Mansell is a slow player. Anderson's got a leg on the board finally, but he's got to adapt to what his opponent is doing.
Well, yes, but Mansell's nowhere near as slow as Dolan, so I think it's a fairly easy adjustment for Anderson in this case. You watch Mansell play, you wouldn't know if he's winning or losing by his facial expressions, would you?
No score.
Chance for Anderson. He's away. We'll switch.
77.
Well, Mansell simply has to get away here. These next 3 darts. Yeah, did really well. As I mentioned, that win over Ian White in the first round, one of the biggest of his career, certainly one of the most significant.
160.
Fantastic. Shake of the head in frustration because he didn't do that with his first 3 darts. And all of a sudden the pressure is on Anderson.
60.
And Anderson doesn't respond. Advantage Mansell to win the opening set against the throw here.
Yeah, he certainly pulled it back well. He can't just rest easy, though. Anderson will be pressing. He's not going to give up this set that easy.
60, followed by 60. Won't win you a leg, won't win you a set.
It won't break a leg either, which is the key. The game plan is, okay, get the break, and then it's easy to hold on, relatively speaking.
130.
But these darts from Mansell, after missing the first three in, he's down to 71 now, 233 ahead. You never would have thought that after the first 6 darts.
140. Michael, you require 71.
To win the opening set. He's been good on tops. He was against Ian White, and he is against Gary Anderson. Gary Anderson paying the price here, but Mickey Mansell's been excellent. Against the darts, the Irishman looking to cause a big upset here at the World Grand Prix. He's on the way. He's taken the opening set. Wade snatching it in a decider. Taylor coming from a set down.
Second set, first leg,
to beat
Michael
Andrew Gilding, and Gary Anderson will be hoping to come from a set down to beat Mickey Mansell. But Mansell here has been impressive. This is what he did to Ian White. He ground away, nothing fancy. Another 160 start.
120.
Well, that'll do, but already the pressure is on Anderson again.
Certainly not looking comfortable at any point in this match.
No, and the tone of the match was set by the fact that Anderson took 8 darts to get away in the very first leg of the match. This is steady away from Mansell.
Yeah, he's just getting better right now. And Anderson needs to stop that if he has any chance. He needs to get some darts in there, like at least a 13 or 14 dart leg, just to answer. Otherwise, it'll be over before he knows it. We talk about the first round being short, but best of 5 sets can go pretty quickly if you're not winning legs.
Averaging nearly 100. He was sensational in his first round match, Gary Anderson, in beating Brendan Dolan. He really was.
41.
You have to produce some darts of that standard here.
Well, you could start by punishing that 41. He needs 140 to really do it effectively.
100.
First to a finish, but probably not enough to really bother Mansell. Great adjustment.
100. Gary, you require 161.
Will this spark him into life? Treble 18 will be the target. No, well, no, he's staying there.
Michael, you require 100.
But Mansell here to win another leg. He's been brilliant on tops. Here he goes again. Here he goes again. Here he goes again.
Michael Mansell, second leg, Gary to rotate.
And if he wasn't sure, Anderson knows for sure he has to do something now. And that's a fairly good start.
Mansell hasn't been missing, though. Only one leg he's failed to get away with his first 3 darts, and then he came back and hit 160 with his next 3 and won the leg.
I mean, that was an incredible turnaround in the leg, and well, Anderson went flat, won 6 darts without a treble, and really that exemplifies the whole match, that one leg.
Well, John, you said that Mansell isn't as slow a player as Brendan Dolan, but I'm absolutely convinced here that Anderson is struggling with the pace of the game. He still isn't the quickest Mickey Mansell. And I think Anderson here just can't get into any sort of rhythm.
Well, no, it doesn't help you get in a rhythm when the guy's a little bit on the below average speed, but that is a factor. Still, in most cases, it wouldn't bother him, but because he's struggled at the beginning, yes, it is affecting him now trying to get going.
And it's up to Anderson to adjust.
Well, he's in a nice spot for this leg, so just needs to concentrate at the job at hand. Not think about pace, not think about what's happened in the legs before. Play leg by leg, and he won't have a problem.
He's got to break the Mansell throw in this set. Doesn't want to go 2 sets down against a man who's growing in confidence and belief.
76.
Well, that's what I mean, though. If Anderson just starts winning legs, that'll change. It's 8-8 now, 4-4.
Shots in the second leg. Gary Anderson.
Good move across the board to get the leg.
Michael to throw first.
Only a second leg of the match as well. But he isn't missing. There again, he is not missing getting away, Mickey Mansell, when it really matters. Look at this again. Look at
120.
this. It's a fantastic start again.
Well, Gary's certainly capable of the same level of efficiency coming in. Might even get the same score here.
61.
Not quite, but a decent start. At least he's in the leg. Mansell, he needs to continue his scoring. He's had a few 40 scores on turns, and he needs to avoid that, or he will let Anderson back.
140.
You can't get away with it too long against a man of this caliber.
And Mansell's slowing it down. You know, Anderson at the moment is struggling, and we make the point again that Mansell, you know, Anderson isn't as free flowing as he normally is tonight. Mansell is just playing his game, plodding along, but he's effective. You know, he's just doing it his way.
85.
Well, he's to a finish, and Gary needs a maximum to do the same, and he just might. He has. Good effort from Anderson there. Totally changes the complexion of the leg. Puts Mansell on the defensive. Still has advantage, but he knows he can't really afford any major mistakes. Another treble 20, and he'll have an opportunity for the leg now. No.
100. Gary, you recall 160.
Another one of those. Well, he'll be probably annoyed there because the first dart was perfect, wasn't it? Absolutely perfect. It was sitting up. It was begging for another one in. But this looks like being another leg for Mansell, doesn't it?
Just a little bit more pressure than normal that he's faced, though. Hold it. And we see that pressure maybe telling. Double 10.
36.
So opportunity that Anderson manufactured when he was behind, hit the 180 to get to that finish. Didn't. It's double top now. Way off. Needs to bring it down. And it's in.
In the third leg.
Oh, how important is that? How important is that?
Gary to throw.
Make a little note there. Third leg, second set.
Yeah, see, before Anderson's 180 there, when he was at 340, Mansell was breathing easy, and it just tightened him up enough to stop him taking 156 and 6 starts.
160 away. But that 180, is it a game changer? Mansell will just carry on, though. Mansell will just carry on. He's been brilliant getting away, and he's putting pressure on Anderson.
61.
And Anderson's now having to raise his game.
$100. $100.
A little unfortunate that second dart. Deflected down. And he deflected up. He's Gary isn't a rampant switcher down to 19 or 18 or anything. He stays on the target.
Winner to play, Kevin Painter in the quarterfinals, by the way.
Gary, you recall 141.
Painter coming from 2 sets down to beat Adrian Lewis. Look at 25 maybe to leave double 18. Beautifully done. Can he finish the job and level the match?
And aside from Lewis being a little flat in the third set, Painter really wrenched it away from Lewis, and he really earned that win. He'll be a tough opponent for whoever wins this. It's double 18.
Low score.
Well, they'll be happy he didn't leave 9 after that or something, and it comes back. It's still 36. Good number to hit. Maybe just being a little too careful there or something.
Yeah, they were edgy, weren't they?
Tentative.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. Just in a
59.
don't leave something silly way. So it's the serious attempt this time. And seriously in.
Gary Anderson.
So 3 consecutive legs for Gary Anderson. We have a level match. It's 1 set all. But I wonder whether that third leg will be a game changer. Anderson's 180, piling the pressure on. Mansell was so far ahead. The Irishman had 2 darts to win the leg, and Anderson stole it. Has it changed the game? That's a good dart, John. Good dart from Mansell. But do you notice there, he's trundling up to take his darts out. Anderson already has his arm back, ready to throw. He's like a coil spring, isn't he? Waiting to get the dart away. But Mansell just taking his time, getting back.
A lovely first start. Would have thought he'd follow it. He gives his head a shake after he doesn't. That's better. Trying to just keep close to Anderson. This leg Anderson start.
60.
There's an opportunity for Mansell.
Very much so.
And evidence of the pace kind of messing him up a bit. I mean, those were not very good darts at the treble 20 from Anderson. But not much coming in terms of punishment.
85.
Even 85 is kind of disappointing as a punishment turn.
Important leg this in many ways. Anderson looking to go ahead for the first time in the match. That's a good dart. Got to be a 140.
83.
Well, the first dart was so good that he will be hugely disappointed with 83 scored.
Well, he did leave a finish, though. That is the main thing for him right now.
82. Gary, you recall 147.
Yep, treble 17.
107.
Great dart from Anderson to leave tops. 154. I wonder.
Yeah, can't get it started. Into 2 trebles. Not doing much in terms of
94.
Scaring Gary out. That's 60, but a little unfettered in terms of pressure here from Anderson. Yes, straight in.
Yep, 4 consecutive legs. Anderson hits the front for the first time in the match. Yeah, well done. 1, maybe 2 legs that he hasn't got away in the first 3 darts. Yeah, good dart from Anderson as well.
60.
Do you know Mickey Mansell 12 months ago, John, on this stage, lost to Simon Whitlock in the first round. He had 3 darts at tops to win it. And he admits that that defeat has haunted him all year, and
55.
He managed to lay the ghost, if you like, by winning in the first round on Monday. Anderson here looking at a second maximum to try to take control of the leg and control of the match.
60.
Anderson's found a way. He's adjusted. Look at this, back-to-back 180s. 180, 140 against the throw in this situation will do.
Well, he's got the position now. He's got the control. He looks like the winner at this point. You know, everything's changed in a matter of 3-4 legs for Mansell. Now he's behind. Now he has to dig. He has to come up with something special if he's going to stop Anderson. He misses the 25 to leave 36, but he won't be bothered too much. That's 11 will leave you tops, and no problem.
81.
Yep, that's okay. 25 he was looking at. So leave double 18. Is it going to be 5 consecutive legs for Gary Anderson?
$100. Gary, you require 40.
Topped it is for 5 consecutive legs, and that one critically against the throw.
Leg Gary to throw first. Game on.
No, really, this is very similar to our last match with Taylor and Gilding.
40.
With the underdog playing so well and taking the first set, but eventually the class comes through and starts to dominate.
$120.
Still in it, still fighting, still battling, still hoping.
$100.
Still only a part-time darts player, you know, Mickey Mansell.
100.
His next target, to secure a place at the World Championship. As Gary Anderson finds a third maximum. Averaging around 60 odd after the first set, averaging nearly 95 now.
Yeah, and what a great 180 again. Just when Mansell maybe was starting to think, hey, I'm getting back
100.
here, maybe get something going. And Gary shuts that thought down.
Well, that's awkward.
41.
Don't like that third dart trying to force it in there.
It'd have been better switching, John.
Yeah, I think the best one, 141, one dart left. I'd go for the bull at 25. 25 leads to 116, or you're better off even if you hit the bull. So even if you just got a single 20 there, it's still 121. Pretty much harder than 116 in my mind. Nonetheless, he's got a chance if he hits a treble. No. So opportunity for Mansell to break here and maybe get things going back the other way.
Well, the first dart again was disappointing for Gary.
40.
Not as disappointing as that one.
Well, his last 2 visits have been 41 and 40.
Treble 20 really will get the comeback in this set going for Mansell. Double 18. Half an inch down. No.
60.
Down, but to the right instead of the left.
You require 100.
2 double tops he may look at. Oh, double 10 instead for Gary. Oh, great recovery from Gary Anderson. How about that? 2 misses from Mickey Mansell. And Gary Anderson was a set down to the Irishman. He's now won the last 6 legs. And Gary Anderson, you would say, is the lineup for tomorrow in the top half of the draw. What a night we should have. Van Gerwen against Winstanley. Barneveld taking on King. Burnett, Jenkins against Bunting at the end. Burnett beating Simon Whitlock, of course, Richie. So 6 consecutive legs for Gary Anderson. Can he win it in this leg, or is Mickey Mansell going to take us the distance?
Well, it could end up being another bit of a year of bad memories for Mansell after the great start he had taking the first set. And when you start losing leg after leg on the trot, I mean, that's got to haunt you. He really wants to dig deep and get something in this set, even if he doesn't even if he doesn't win the set to force a fifth, he wants to feel like he's put up a fight.
Well, he will believe, and he has to believe, that it isn't over. He has the darts in this set.
64.
Anderson there with a sloppy dart. Mansell crucially missing 2 darts to go 2-1 up in the second set. And
43.
That proved to be a turning point.
Well, yeah, after that massive 180, when Gary was at 340 and Mansell was already on the 156, and just totally changed the complexion.
99.
And just that little bit of tension would have come into Mansell. I'm not saying like he got really nervous, but it's just that tension he wasn't expecting. You kind of relax when you think it's a laugher leg, if you will. And, well, certainly it's no joke now.
100.
The one thing here in this leg, Mansell throwing first, really he has to win this leg, because if he fails to and Anderson breaks him, and he'll have the momentum to go up 2-0 on his own throw, and that's just not going to be beatable by then. Not after winning so many legs on the trot like Anderson's done. I believe that'd be 8 if he got up 2-0, wouldn't it? So
81. Gary require 148.
148 for Anderson. Needs a treble though.
60.
Well, he'll be disappointed again with that visit, Gary Anderson. 3 pretty well thrown darts for not a lot.
yeah, and he could have been on such a better out. 88, that might have come down to getting a pop at the bullseye, and really that's not as much of a threat as you wanted to leave in front of Mansell, but
Gary require 88.
not a very good effort there either. It's double 14 for Gary to break, double 7.
No, doesn't normally like double 7.
Gary
But he was aggressive there.
Gary
Oh, he likes it now.
Yeah, 7 consecutive legs. Talking of which,
You see, this is what I meant. Losing that leg now, just strolls into his leg, and wow, this is as tough a spot as you can be in if you're Mickey Mansell.
Gary Anderson doesn't have a very good record here. 1 quarter-final in 2010.
80.
When he came very, very close, you may remember, to beating Phil Taylor in an epic, a really fantastic game. But Gary,
140.
after his brilliant performance at the World Match Play, he nearly took out Taylor in one of the best games for many a year in the semi-finals, will feel there's a real chance here, and he is.
60.
You have to feel for Mansell a bit here. It's very much like he's just going to go out 9 straight legs, and that will not be a
140.
memory he'll wish to have for a whole year again, after carrying that last year's memory all year. And as he said, he exercised the demons the first round, but he's got new demons coming in unless he can really get something magical going here. And it won't be this leg.
60.
To do it on his throw.
Gary requires 61.
Done so many legs without winning. It's even having to throw doesn't mean much.
Double 9 for a 12 darter.
52.
Rushed the last dart, but will return.
$100. Gary require 9.
A single 1 for double 4 to win an 8th consecutive leg. Double 4 for the Scot. Good adjustment from Gary Anderson. 8 consecutive legs now for the Scot. He lost the first set. He looked in a spot of bother, but quality. And he is quality. And he's shown his qualities tonight, John Parr.
Yeah, well, he has the advantage in this leg. And that's not because he's throwing first, because it's Mansell throwing. But it is the advantage because he won 8 straight. And that totally destroys the mind of the opponent. And as we see, tightness there for Mansell, just trying to get in.
100.
An easy 100 in.
Yeah, there's no doubt, because he fell behind, that the pace of the game affected him, as you and I were alluding to early on. But I think you've got to say he's adjusted brilliantly and he stamped his authority on proceedings, hasn't he? That massive turning point in the second set. Since then,
120.
It certainly was massive. 56 miss for Mansell.
60.
There's a chance, though. Hint of a chance for Mansell. And only 60 from Anderson. Needs to get something, but it's so hard when nothing's going for you.
60.
You just try so much to aim and just pray the dart goes in, and you're a spectator more than a dart thrower, and it usually doesn't work out.
here we go again. 4 180s. He's in a hurry now. Is Gary. But can he win it?
Gary, you require 161.
With a flourish. Well, that's unlucky.
Well,
Good last dart.
Yeah, to get to 80 left rather than the 120. Now he doesn't even need to hit a treble 20. And get the chance for the match. Mansell back at 2-2-1. And on top of that, here he has the luxury of knowing even if he misses, he'll have other opportunities.
100.
Has the throw next leg if he needed it.
80.
For the match then. Gary Anderson needs double 10. No, is that awkward? Oh, brilliant dart, Gary Anderson. He's won 9 consecutive legs. Gary Anderson means business in Dublin, and he will play Kevin Painter